Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Today we are going to do the second part of the Fractal Batt prep and spinning. This is going to be the 3-ply progressive fractal on the drum carder. So I'm just going to weigh each of these out into 36 grams. In order to do our progressive Batt carding, and you're going to get to learn 3 techniques with this one as opposed to the 2 techniques last week, we are going to make 1 long repeat, 1 medium length repeat, and 1 short repeat. I have here the gray with blue sari divided into thirds, the blue-white alpaca divided into thirds, and the all-white divided into thirds. And this is going to be our progression. And the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on to the drum carder in thirds. So I'm going to take one of these, and one of these. And that is going to be my first third. The things that we're going to need to do these 3 singles are going to be, you'll need a diz. And I'm using this one that came with this drum carder that I just recently started using, and I love it. You're going to need either 2 dowels or a dowel and a 1/8 inch metal rod to do the rollags. And the magical mystery thing to help us here is actually dental floss. Does not have to be mint flavored, but some dental floss. And you'll see how I use that. We'll do that one last because that's the super awesome trick. Let's get started here. So this is my first third. Let's just do real quick. I'm gonna load it up, and then it'll be loaded the same way every time. And what I'm going to try to do is keep this bat a little bit narrower because the rollags, when there's not that much fiber, it's hard to put them the whole way across, and I have a difficult time keeping it on with my hand. So I'm gonna make my rollags narrower on here, if I remember. Usually I forget. So let's get started. I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do this in, as long as I'm going from dark to light, because that's what I want to do. So, all right, fine. We'll do it this way. We'll put white here, and we'll go to dark. You hear Finn panting in the background. Maybe he just got in from playing outside with the neighbor's chocolate lab, and he's very excited, and he had a great time, so he should be really good while we do this. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to try to use about this much of the drum carder here, so let's add a little bit more blue. Haha, blue. Guess I should be more specific, eh? It's always a little bit hard to see when I do white on this drum carder because the carding cloth is white. So it's challenging to see sometimes where my white is. I have to stop and look. I'm going to diz this bat off. So I'm trying to get everything to be fairly even here. Stop periodically and just check my thickness. Still a little thin there. This is nice. A little thin there. Because this is woolen prep, I can get away with putting these long pieces in. If you did this with something else like like a Wensleydale lock or something, it would jam up. It would wrap around the liquor in, and it would make everything kind of come to a screeching halt. Just so you know, you should not use a piece that long. Like I said, I can get away with it because this is so airy. I mean, there's practically nothing there. I'm going to go ahead and diz this off, and I'm going to start with a piece. Oh, you got to make sure you get all the fibers here, but I would like to start with about 1/4 1/4 of an inch thick. And this looks like it's thicker, but it's not, because this is already roving and it's super duper airy. So I don't think this is going to be any problem at all. And the diz I'm using has the concave hole, and that is going to be the side that goes onto the pins. All right, and we are underway. Actually, I like doing it this way. My left hand is keeping the diz on the pins. My right hand is drafting. And then I'm just slowly advancing the drum as I come around. What we want to keep in mind is when I'm coming up to the doffer strip, I want to move over and have it overlap, you know, about 50%, so that I don't make it too thin. Let's see if I can make this leap here. I may not. I may not have left myself enough room. Oh, I did. Oh, good. I always think I don't, but most of the time it's okay. And it's going to keep doing this until we get this off. Trying to decide if we have one more pass through here or not. Let's see what we can do. I think we might be able to get one more here. It's gonna probably get thin pretty quick. I think that's gonna be about it. Try to get every drop I can off of here. Still coming. Oh, it finally broke. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is gonna be super cool. When you spin a fractal, you're going to have long repeats, medium repeats, and short repeats. So this is gonna be the long repeat, and you can see we go from white to this blue to this gray. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, I love it. And I love the little silk in there, giving me some interest. Very nice. You do not need to clean the drum carder in between bats for this because we're doing all the same color. So we have our first third. This is our second single. So this will be, I'm gonna do the short repeats just so we can get them out of the way. All I'm gonna do is load the drum carder up just like I did before. And then I'm gonna keep it a little bit narrower than you saw me last week. At least I'm gonna try to remember to do that. Also, you know, you wanna keep everything in the same order, which was this, this, this. And then I will show you real quick the roll ags one more time. And then we'll be ready for the exciting new how to stack multi-bat technique. We are ready to roll lag, and I am just taking the doffer and going across the doffer strip here. I'm trying to leave less tail here just to help with it not getting stuck. Go. And again, important to make sure you get every fiber. And I remembered to make it a little shorter, so hopefully my hands will be able to get around this. And now I'm going to use my dowel and my 1/8 inch metal rod here. And then all I'm doing is I'm sliding this up to the tips as best I can there. And then I'm gonna just wind on a little bit. Oh my gosh, look at how cool these look. So I guess now that I see how cool this looks, this is a good time to tell you that I was considering making up these kits so you guys could do this for the Tour de Fleece. If anybody is interested in that, please comment and I will start making them up. I think this is going to be beautiful. And now all I'm doing is just drafting a little bit, and then I'm relaxing when I roll it in so that I don't make it too tight. And when you think it's about the right thickness for what you're doing, just let it come on off. Oh, you know what I forgot to do for safety? Turn off the power, just in case you lean in and do something stupid. And now I'm just smoothing this with my hand right here. Oh, look at that. That's a beauty. Usually the first one is the clumpiest one, but this looks great. I'm very excited. Here we have our first roll-ag. Oh, I love it. Usually I like to get like 6 maybe out of this. We'll see. Oh, this is a 6-gram one. I like to see it maybe a little heavier than that. I might have pulled that off a little early. We'll see. Let this come on off. And again, I'm just doing a little twirl here in my hand. And your liquor in, you can do the same thing. You can flip it over and smooth the edge on there as well. But here you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, I really like this. I think this is going to be awesome. To see how this one comes out. And you can see here, look how you can see straight down into it. That light, fluffy, airy. Look at that. This is going to spin like a dream. Let's see if this one's a little heavier. Nope, same. 6. I guess 6 is going to be my weight. You can see we have now our short repeats. And these are just lovely. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to spin these. They're really good. I definitely will get a set of this together if anybody wants to see that for the Tour de Fleece. And then we have our long repeat here, and we're gonna have our medium one right in the middle here. So let's get that started. We are ready for the medium repeats. And what we're going to do is we're gonna make 3 mini bats, but we're gonna do it in 1 drum cutter pass if everything goes to plan. This is a very cool technique that I learned at the workshop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna divide this into thirds. So white into thirds, blue into thirds, gray into thirds. And what we're going to do is just load this just like the others. I am going to show you this one, however. And again, because there's not very much fiber here, I'm going to try to keep this more towards the center of the drum carder. All right, and we are ready here. Let's turn on the power, turn this on. And this one you can use the burnishing brush for. I may not have reminded you of that, but you don't want to use the burnishing brush, just your packer brush when you're doing the roll-ags, or else it'll be really, really hard to draft off of the drum. Here is our little mini bat here, kind of in the center of this. And I'm looking on here, I have a little bit of thinness right there, but I am not gonna do anything about that. I should have stopped and looked sooner. Oh well, it'll still be fine. Let me show you the magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna stack the next bat on top of this bat. The way we're going to do that is by using dental floss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this dental floss along here at random intervals here. You know, just so I'm just making it like a piece of pie. You know, we're going to divide this circle up with the drum, and you want to trim the ends of this, but don't make them too short because you don't want them to fall into the thing. You just don't want them to get into the gears. So I'm going to trim the ends. This one is probably okay. I'm gonna trim a tiny bit off of it. And I'm just going to advance my drum around. And probably, you know, a good number is about 5 or 6 of these little dental floss layers here. And now we are ready to do the second mini bat. And we're going to put it right over top of this one. So what I'm going to do is start loading this up. And that dental floss stays right in place. Pretty cool. And I'm just going to keep adding here. This time I'm going to pay closer attention to where I'm thin though. And the burnishing brush won't mess up the dental floss either. It's pretty cool. And thinny. And so now we have our 2 medium length repeats. And now we're gonna do the last one. The second layer of dental floss in there. That was an excessively long piece of dental floss, and I'm just putting it over top of where the other one was. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just in the neighborhood is good enough. All right, just got my last row of dental floss on there. And now we're gonna put the 3rd layer on just like we did with the previous 2. Making sure that we have all of our fibers separated here. Good. I'm just going to roll this off. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Oh my God, I love it. And you see our dental floss here, and that is going to separate our bats if everything goes perfectly to plan here, which I think is looking pretty good. Okay, here is how this works. You're gonna take the edge of the bat where you have the dental floss. You can see that layer there. You want to be careful that you don't pull the end through. So I'm on this one. So don't let the other end come through. And I'm going to separate this off like this. You can see I have the dental floss there and I can see it. And that's what we want. And then as I separate this out, there we go. So there's the first dental floss row, and we're clear. And now we're just going to keep on rolling. Here's the second one. So this is the base layer here. So here's the second one right here. And this little fiber goes on top of it, so we know to bring that one with us. And we just keep rolling, rolling, rolling here. That's the next one through. And here is this one, which started to slide through a little bit, so make sure you're careful here. Thankfully, I put mine close enough together that it's not too big of a deal. Here is that one. And second to last one there. And my last one is right here. And we want to stay right on top of that. And there we have it, we're through. That's our last one. And our bat is free. So this is our mini bat here. And then I'm just gonna roll it up. I think of this as kind of like a giant roll egg. And that's one mini bat. Now we're gonna take the second layer off here. And you may say it looks fiddly. It's a little bit fiddly, but once you do it a few times, you kind of get better at it. But it's faster than doing 3 separate bats and taking them off. And once you get the first layer off, the second layer, look how easy this one comes off. And here is our second mini bat. And these are the medium repeats. And then here's our last one. Just take these off the top. Well, I guess, you know, good news, bad news. My battery died on my phone. So that was a very abrupt edit. But thankfully, you did get to see how to do the technique, because that would have been terrible, because I would have to make up a whole nother bat. This was the final medium repeats. These, I'm calling them giant roll egg, you call them mini bats, but they look like giant roll eggs, huh? So I will show you guys how to spin these next week. So we have long single, medium single, short repeat single. And this is gonna look super cool. It will be a fractal spin when we do this, but it will also be a progressive. So it's gonna be very cool. Wait till you see it. This will be the third one that I've done now, and I just am totally addicted to it. So hopefully you guys like it as much as I do. I will see you guys next week, and we will spin this up and you can see what it looks like. I will see you next time. Until then, spin happy.